He's the only one that sticks with you. Everybody else in your life will eventually fall away and abandon you. You're going to be like, no, I'm married to a good person. They are never going to, I'm dating this girl. She is rock solid. I'm going through. No, no, I got a good family. I got a good sibling. They will abandon you. There will be at some point where they will hurt you. They will let you down. Why? Because they're human. But God will stick with you. He is the only one that sticks with you. There's this account that happens with Jesus where this woman who's been caught in adultery is dragged in front of him. Now, I don't know the circumstances that were involved in this, but if I had to speculate, why would someone be caught in adultery and then drugged before Jesus? Well, they wanted to trap Jesus, these religious leaders, and so I have a feeling, if I were to speculate, that they had set up this arrangement and then said, let's go, now that we know it's happening and Jesus is here, let's drag her out into the street. And what was told is that if you would fail in that regard, that you should be stoned. And I'm not talking about the legal marijuana that's going on. I'm talking about rocks and drug out to the edge of the city, and they'll throw them at you until you're dead. And as she's drug out in front of him, she thinks, this is it, I'm done. I doubt that God's ever a part of my story. I'm going to die here. I will be absolutely alone. And Jesus, oh man. Jesus doesn't even say anything. He just begins to draw in the sand. Now, if I'm her, I'm thinking, if you're my only hope, I would like for you to say something. Anything. These people are going to kill me. And he keeps drawing and they keep questioning. And then eventually Jesus stands up. And if you're at all familiar with Scripture, he just tells the crowd, all right, the first person that's without sin, you cast the first stone. And starting with the oldest to the youngest, which I think is important, because we realize as we get older, we're a little more transparent with the fact that we've made mistakes. One by one they leave, and it's just her. And Jesus looks down and he picks her up. He asks where her accusers are. She says, none. And it's so beautiful to note. She says, none, Lord. In that very instance, everything shifts for her. She realizes in that moment that when all else fails, that Jesus will be the one and only that will stand up for her when everyone else will abandon her. She realizes that he is who he says he is, even in the middle of her doubt, knowing that she was going to die, that he stood there. It showed her that there was life and a future for her, that her story wasn't over. And I want to encourage you today that when you think that all is going to fail, that Jesus is with you. You see, even in the failures and the hurt, your story is a mosaic of all the miracles and the messes that have happened. You are God's masterpiece, even when you feel like you've messed up and all is done.